This is Case Study 8 for CIS 2050 by Jacob Dodge. Introduction. OPM is the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, and they are responsible for recruiting and retaining a world-class workforce to serve the American people. It is also responsible for background checks on employees and security clearances. The OPM has had several problems already, with hackers in their system that are leaking their data and putting potentially dangerous malware onto the computers of government employees. The data breach is believed to have begun on March 2014 and maybe earlier, but it was not noticed by the OPM until April 2015. The OPM has been subject to a good bit of controversy regarding the security of their data and the practices that they have to ensure that their data on everybody is secure. Current IT events. National security officials meet with big tech companies in preparation for 2020 election. This really shows the power of social media in the workplace, as the government is probably the most powerful workplace in the world, and the fact that it can be disturbed like it was in 2016, with Facebook censoring ads. Facebook also had another privacy breach this past week, as hundreds of millions of users had their phone numbers posted online. List and describe the security and control weaknesses at OPM that are discussed in this case. There is an abundance of security and control weaknesses at OPM that were described in the case. The biggest one is the lack of antivirus and anti-hacking systems that the federal computers had. Once the hackers have your information, it is very easy for them to send you an email or text that looks like normal and routine, but actually ends up being a hacker. The reaction time to stop the hack was also another major issue, because the hack has continued to be exploited for years now. What management, organization, and technological factors contributed to these problems? How much was management responsible? I believe the lack of accountability among management definitely contributed to these problems. The fact that it took years to solve and that nobody steps forward to take blame for the huge disaster just speaks for itself. Among technological factors, outdated software and antivirus programs also contributed to these problems. It's said that there was a shockingly low amount of protection on the computers from foreign attacks. What was the impact of the OPM hack? The main impact of the hack was that it helped to create new and safer protection programs for companies and agencies like this, those with highly classified information that could be at serious risk if they were ever hacked into. It is looked as something to build off of and to continue to grow from. Is there a solution to this problem? I think that the only solution could really be better antivirus software and responsibility and accountability among management in a situation like this. Better software to prevent things like this from happening again are pretty much the only thing that you can do. A more reliable server and good antivirus software is key. Question 1. Has a breach like this happened recently to any other companies? Question 2. How has Target moved on since their breach? Yes, this happened to Target in the 2013 holiday season and affected nearly 41 million customers. Target has offered up various settlement ideas, and a potential $10,000 victim payout is a new idea that they just came up with. So in conclusion, OPM is the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, and they are responsible for recruiting and retaining a world-class workforce to serve the American people. And it's also responsible for background checks on employees and security clearances. They've had multiple problems with hackers on their system that are leaking their data and putting potentially dangerous malware onto their computers. The data breach from 2014 is one of the biggest in OPM history, or it is the biggest in OPM history. And the OPM has been subject to a good bit of controversy regarding the security of their data and the practices that they have to make sure everything is secure.